TNT Sports presents the 26th running of the Budweiser Shootout, live from Daytona. Tonight, 19 drivers back in the seat under race conditions for the first time in nearly 3 months. A night when it's hard to tell who is more excited, the competitors or the fans.
Hi, I'm Dave Blaney. I won my first career Bud Pole at Rockingham in the spring of '03.
6 is Mark Martin, who will get paid for this race. 19 is Mayfield. 23 up top is Dave Blaney. That's Bill Davis racing. Dodge machine here.
And that 23 car looks a little squirrely up there going in 3 on that high side.
And 3 deep for 4th spot on back. Dave Blaney pushing up behind Junior. McMurray's going to get caught in the middle.
And he is in no man's land right now.
Be careful or he'll be facing backwards too.
Yeah, this is where I think you just don't want to be in the middle from this point on. It doesn't seem like the way the tires are reacting right now. A lot of movement in some of these cars.
Junior in behind Kevin Harvick. Jimmy Johnson to the outside with Jeff Gordon behind him. Harvick looked like he's trying to play both lines and keep either one from getting a good run at him.
There again, like I said earlier, what Jeff Gordon was doing, when you run right in the center, you really don't help either the low line or the high line.
Oh, look at this. Is Johnson going to be able to make a pass on the outside? I don't think so, because Harvick now has Junior right on his back bumper.
Well, Junior's maybe playing in the middle there, too.
Johnson is going to do it, I think, isn't he? Is he? Almost.
That 8 car is just fast right now.
Kevin Harvick into this race is the Bud Pole winner from the Brickyard 400, a race he went on to win last August at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Blaney down to the inside.
Blaney on the inside of the 8 car. How about that, Matt?
And a great job there. The 48 now has his drafting buddy back with him. Radio conversation between Chad and Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy was saying, you know, some guys may take on 2. Chad said, on our last stop, I want to do 4. Somewhere around that lap 45 to 47 mark. Harvick, they can go to lap 51.
Now they're chasing Dave Blaney now.
How about that Blaney to the lead? Marty.
Quite a run for these guys, BP. And remember, this team will run the Daytona 500, but after that, they have no sponsors. He started his career in NASCAR racing with Bill Davis Racing, and now he's leading the shootout crowd with Bill Davis Racing.
Dave Blaney, former World of Outlaws sprint car champion from Hartford, Ohio, out in front of the Budweiser Shootout. Kevin Harvick is second, 3 wide from 3rd on back.
Now, just watching Dale Jr. He's in a spot he doesn't want to be. Talked about it during the break. When a car gets on his right rear, he gets loose, and he was real loose right there.
He's being shuffled way back in that middle line.
He's got to get out of the center and start all over again. He needs to get back in either the high line or the low line.
Now back on the inside.
All right, let's take a break here so we make sure we're back in time for those pit stops. Dave Blaney is out in front of the 2004 Budweiser Shootout at Daytona. You're watching NASCAR on TNT. Mach 3 Turbo Champion, the official razor of the Gillette Young Guns. Once you enter the Gillette Young Guns Challenge, each week a lucky fan will win $5,000. See Sunday's paper for details. How are the Gillette Young Guns faring in tonight's Budweiser Shootout? Well, it's kind of hard to say right now because they're going to the front, going to the back, coming back to the front.
Believe it or not, Elliott Sadler, wasn't he leading the last lap?
He was leading the last lap, but right now, Terry Labonte, Texas Terry in front.
The field very tightly bunched together. The lead kind of accordioning. Dave Blaney was leading, got passed by Elliott Sadler, who got passed by Terry Labonte. Then Blaney starting to come back to the front, and Sadler's been shuffled all the way back to 18th. From the lead.
I think you get in the center right now. It looks like these guys just get out of the throttle because you can't run in the center.
Here comes all the rest of the cars on pit road. Every one of them. Can they get in single file? Rusty, single file.
They're working on it.
Uh-oh.
let him go. He slowed down and let Boris said go. Matty, go ahead.
Bobby Labonte in. The car was a little on the tight side. 4 tires stop for Bobby Labonte to Marty.
The rush on the pit road, Jamie McMurray here. His car was just a little bit tight. They make a slight air pressure adjustment. That is it. 4 tires, Dave.
Elliott Sadler's car is loose. They will make a tire pressure adjustment for that. 4 tires for Elliott Sadler. Bill?
4 tires for Dan. Long stop for Tony Stewart behind him.
And long stop for Rusty Wallace, who stalled his car. Rusty hasn't left the pit road yet.
Oh,
And
man.
he's going to lose the draft. And the only one I saw get 2 tires was Mike Skinner.
We were right, Alan. We were right.
Yeah, well, I know. That's why I wanted to make sure I pointed that out, Bill. While he was looking at me. Well,
I was looking at it. We'll see how those 2 tire stop fares out. These guys made a great stop.
Mayfield, yeah. So, field beginning to come back together after the pit stop, and it's going to take a few laps for that to happen. But here comes...
That's Jeremy, isn't it?
Jeremy Mayfield. Dave Blaney just off the pit lane. He might have gotten 2 tires also. We need to double check on that down on the pit road. But Mayfield will be the leader. Blaney is second. I am hearing on just 2 tires. Followed by Ryan Newman. Then Mike Skinner on just 2 tires. And Dale Jarrett up to 5th. Oh, trouble. Jeremy Mayfield, the race leader. Caution flag is out. Right front on Mayfield's Dodge, all torn up. And he's going to go from the lead to out of the Budweiser Shootout.
Ow. Man, he hit that hard, didn't he?
Man, what happened there? Marty, tell us.
He just came on the radio, said, I just got loose. I got loose.
Wow.
Jimmy Johnson keyed the mic and said, Chad, the tire is flat. This caution came at the best time possible. They are going to change those tires. It could be a pretty good advantage. Do you think, Wally, fresh tires at this juncture?
Oh, I would think so, especially the guys that are on 2 right now. I think I'd come back in and get those other 2.
Jeremy Mayfield has brought his car to pit road and is turning it behind the wall.
Dave Blaney.
Blaney got some damage when Mayfield bounced off the wall.
Yep.
And so he's going to the garage as well.
Well, that's too bad.
All right, what happened to the race leader, Jeremy Mayfield, off turn number 2?
Oh, you see, we talked about it earlier. You have somebody right on your right rear quarter panel, takes the air off the car you're driving, and hang on. Especially when you're on just 2 tires, BP.
And that's one reason we won't see many 2-tire stops in the Daytona 500, because you just can't control the
You
thing.
need that grip on the outside. See, watch him slide up. A little bit loose there. Wow, what a shot.
Yeah. He hit right at that
gate.
Right at the gate, the crossover gate there.
And look at all that debris flying around. Everybody should stop and change tires,
Yeah,
because
why
they
not?
might have a flat.
Why not?
Well, if they do, that works into the hands of the guys that just stopped.
Yep, they're all around. 2 wide behind you. The rush coming behind you. They're all around.
Hello, Newman.
There's that crossover we were talking about, hit right at the guardrail and where the concrete comes together.
And that is a piece of Jeremy Mayfield's right front fender
I think it's his door.
wedged in there.
Fender door, yeah. Jeremy Mayfield, the 19 car. Blaney in the 23. You're right. The 23 just takes all that air off the rear spoiler. He loses that downforce on the rear. Loses control. And when you do that, you've got to go up the hill, chase the car up the hill to try to save it. And when you do, there's another car there. Into him he ran. He probably could have saved it if the 23 car had not been there.
Right. But he probably wouldn't have gotten loose if the 23 hadn't been there.
We talk about loose. There you see the back end coming around. He chases it up the hill, right in the side of the 23. Now here's where he gets turned into that crossover gate in turn 2.
Now this is something that
What was that?
I'm monitoring NASCAR race control, actually. There was something that confused me about where they stopped the cars, and they've just corrected it now.
Look at a rotor back there flying.
Onboard marker